All right, Black Power, y'all. It's the General Sarah Seti. I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Glad to be here today. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Get with me. Got a lot of fly African product. The original General Sarah Seti DVDs, all the classic lectures from back in the day, even up to the present. You know what I'm saying? Got the t-shirts, got the hoodies, got African and Kemetic jewelry, got artwork. Going over there and check me out. GeneralSeti.com, SETI University. Got, that's the treasure chest of African wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Got over close to 400 videos on the site right now, going up every day. It's going, before long, it's going to be at 500, 600, 700. And there ain't no way you on this planet without having that access to that kind of information. You ain't serious. And to my family out there, Patreon, General Sarah Seti, you understand what I'm saying? Exclusive SETI. You ain't gonna see it on YouTube, live stream, and and the whole nine. So check me out over there at a Patreon, General Sarah Seti. Now, if y'all just seen this last video, y'all know I'm heating up on this beast. Y'all know I'm heating up on this beast. I got to. You know what I'm saying? Because we out here losing. And we, when we should be winning. And a lot of reason why is that, these people knowing that they curse. You know what I'm saying? And, time is drawing near. You know what I'm saying? And, trying to take out as many of our people as possible. You understand what I'm saying? Come on with me, nigga. Come on with me. We leaving here. We're going to take a lot of you niggas with us too. And so that's the reality of this. And so when you see the predicament these people's in, what we have to do. We got to be be in a defensive posture and not always defensive. Go on some goddamn offense. Motherfuckers scared to talk about some offense today. You know what I'm saying? They think the beat's gonna crack. Well, they cracking your motherfucking head anyway. They didn't let the motherfucking Rona in here to murder a lot of our people. This is murder. This is mass murder, and motherfuckers don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? It was a strategic attack. You know what I'm saying? And that attack has been emphasized more heavily on African people in this country. You know what I'm saying? Because they know, you understand, that we the gods. They know we the gods, and goddesses of this movement. You know what I'm saying? And, they know it's a heavy, potent, spirit that runs through our people. And that if anybody can get this shit together in the most serious way, is our people over here. And we don't realize that we too busy puffing and playing goddamn Xbox and shit, to wake up, and wake up to this reality. And like I said, many of our people just ain't heard the truth. You know what I'm saying? They've been denied access to their master teachers and the ones that have come for them, to teach them the truth. They've been denied access. They done got fake niggas like Farrakhan and, a lot of other weak ass niggas. And they talking about, all kind of crazy shit that, in a time of crisis that you cannot use. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to really look at the conditions that we in today and really use it as a blueprint, not to be, because another one coming and niggas don't want to wake up. You know what I'm saying? We got that gift, but there's a mass program to keep us in operation, to keep us in the condition that we in. And so we got to realize that we can't just think that, somehow we think that, some Holy Spirit gonna wake a nigga. Ain't no motherfucker. The Holy Spirit is in you, nigga. And if anything gonna wake you, it's gonna be your own consciousness, nigga, that you tired of this bullshit and you gonna change this shit today. You know what I'm saying? And I've been told motherfuckers long time ago, and motherfuckers heard me. Y'all do not be the next nigga that when this shit look like it's gonna get better, and it ain't, and for my people, I pray for the best. But I also look at the worst of this shit too. And praying for the best is thinking with intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And this shit gonna be here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do the right things to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? and make sure that you implement the necessary changes to make sure that we don't be in this goddamn predicament again. You know what I'm saying? We can't, and with the fact is, whether, whatever people talking about, the reality, whether it's a virus or this, that, and the third, the motherfuckers that allow this shit to happen to our people in the way, we got to put them motherfuckers in check, any which way. It ain't the corona, it's the cracker. And so we got to deal with that. We got to check that motherfucker, put him in checkmate. Not just check him, put him in checkmate. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, we're gonna keep losing, and we're gonna lose on a major level, because in the conditions that we in today, you know what I'm saying? And not having no self independence and shit. We're not manufacturing for self food. We're not providing clothing. We're not providing no necessities for our people. And so, goddamn it, even in a time like now, and you go down to the goddamn store, ain't nothing down there for you, nigga. You barely can wipe your ass, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no toilet papers. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? The necessities of life is you dependent upon the man that put the goddamn shit down here. So if he could put the shit down here and deny you all the medical and all this and the bare essentials of life, you're gonna have mass extinction. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality. You let him control all of the demographics. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter which one you put in there. See, at this time, a lot of motherfuckers gonna try to run and say we can't have Trump. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what these beasts gonna do. He's a cuckoo beast. You know what I'm saying? So that motherfucker might want to clean the power or do any goddamn thing. Expect it. Even if it don't expect it, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a strong possibility that he, could do. And so that's gonna have everybody run to Biden and they all on the same team. All of them motherfuckers is on the same team. They all sitting down at the round table. You understand? Obama in there too. He in there too. He no damn different. You understand what I'm saying? Because they all know the capabilities of these world powers. They all know the bioterrorism, because they done used it on other nations too. You understand? They not no goddamn fools and shit. So any ability to bring that type of death and destruction on the planet, you know what I'm saying? You a part of the system too. If it come push to shove, United States would drop any type of biological warfare on another country, no different. And so they ain't got no control over that shit when it hit. You know what I'm saying? That shit spread east, it spread west, it spread north, it spread south. So all them motherfuckers is in on it. And so niggas gonna run to Biden, and he gonna be the next savior with his old ass. All these motherfuckers damn near 200 years old, gonna damn near die in goddamn power. They don't want to even put no youth in there. That just show you that Cronus, that Cronus curse, that them motherfuckers eat their babies. They don't even allow their own babies to get in power. So you already know what it is about us. You know what I'm saying? And so, we have to look today that the reason why is because of the predicament that they in. You know what I'm saying? Many of them don't even see their own people being a part of of this planet. Because when you look at Europeans and shit, they wiped out a lot of them old, and all of them wasn't old, but Europe is an old ass continent. So they talking about losing some, and they already in the negative. And then you got what they call global warming. Our ancestors in Egypt, when they was conquering Egypt, they was already reading the scrolls to let them know. Yeah, bitch, you got it for a couple of days, but the time gonna come where Ra is gonna rule, motherfucker. So we, whatever it is, we'll put the most ancients of our scrolls up under the ground. Only particular priests, and it's a bloodline that have went down for thousands of years, and they'll pass it down 1,000 more years until y'all motherfuckers is clearly off the planet, and then they'll bring the sacredness back to the surface. You think we done lost everything? We ain't lost shit. The ancestors already told them, motherfucker, the cycles is coming. They speak. We know the scientific cycles. You see what I'm saying? So we We don't have to guess. The reality is that the universe is going to correct itself, and they know that. And so right now, what they trying to do is they trying to, effectively exterminate a lot of our people as they can. You know what I'm saying? And, and because they know that their place here is over. Now, what I'm saying at this point, many of them is already underground. You see what I'm saying? Let me get this screen up. And I had to be careful with this lecture, straight up. I don't want nothing to pop up there by mistake, because this motherfucker get crucial. Straight up. This motherfucker get crucial. Hold on, family. This motherfucker get crucial. Hold on. Yeah. So, now, if y'all haven't watched that movie, Time Machine. Okay, let me bring myself. Time Machine. You could get the newest one. That was the last one that was done by Steven Spielberg. Dealing I think DreamWorks or whatever. What's key about that is that, if you have any knowledge of the book, you know that this man's wife then was murdered and shit, his fiance was murdered. And so he was some type of scientist, and he was trying to create a fucking time machine so he could go back and change the scenario of what happened to his fiance. You see what I'm saying? The reality is that he couldn't change time. Every time he went and changed it, it was another scenario that came and killed her over, she got ran over or whatever. But somehow, I forget what took him so far. He went into the future. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he went deep into the future. And when he went into the future, what he realized that it was only dark people on the surface. He didn't even know about the people had went underground. That was the Caucasoid. You understand what I'm saying? And they had already done movies even in the early 1900s. And I'm gonna just say, when they first started making movies, they call them Morlocks. You know what I'm saying? Morlocks, and they live up underground. So they were already knowing that this was a reality. That was going. And so what happened is that the Caucasoid went underground, and he split into two species. So you got the all white one. He can't even come to the surface. And then you had what they call the Morlock, and he was beastly. You know what I'm saying? And what he would do, the white one, he was in control. He supposed to be the intelligent one. And the Morlock is the brute. He's the brute. He's the one that goes to the surface and he kidnaps the Africans and bring them down underground so they could eat. So, we was they food on this shit. So in reality, now that's very key. You know what I'm saying? Because so a man thinketh, so is he. They wouldn't think no shit like that if it wasn't, some type of substance. You know what I'm saying? Sustenance of what that causes those kind of thoughts to come into their head. So they've already known that this shit would get too hot on this planet and that they would have to go underground. Now, if you see right here, I didn't get nothing that they didn't already have up there. So if they get mad, they're gonna have to get mad at somebody else. They ain't gonna get mad at me. it says right here, T-shirt, do not block UV rays. Wear sun protective clothing with a UV protection factor of 50. So what people got to understand is this, you know, you know, the so-called sunblock alone ain't doing shit. They got to have proper clothing on their bodies. You understand what I'm saying? To really be out here. You know, when they brought the sunglasses with you know what I'm saying, that, you know, change as soon as you go outside, they become tint. That was the first kind of, and now, when you see the shiny goddamn clothing and shit, they got hats and shit. They done already brought this clothing out, which I'm a show. You see what I'm saying? So the reality is that, they can no longer live on the planet Earth without proper uniform. If you go back, and even when you talk about the Muslims and shit, and they wearing all that was early, indicator. You understand what I'm saying? That they were already addressing that then. You know what I'm saying? Putting off, because, black people don't, when it get hot, black people don't put clothes on. We take clothes off. What the fuck, if it get hot, you gonna go put some more goddamn clothes on? That don't make no goddamn sense. You out there as hot as it is, and you wrapped up in all this goddamn clothing and shit. That was to protect their skin. And niggas with they dumb ass made it religious and shit. And then, making it, cause you thinking, cause you put this shit on, you holy. You ain't holy, nigga. You hot. You know what I'm saying? You hot, nigga. You got all this shit on. It's 100 degrees and you musty and shit, and your nuts and shit all musty and shit because you got all, this is not and that just show you how we follow behind our master in ignorance, not knowing what the real origins of a lot of this shit is. Now, when you look here, let me come on over here so I can show you. This is out here in Australia. You see what I'm saying? This is out here in Australia. You see this hole in the goddamn ground. You see what I'm saying? And when you go down in the hole, you understand what I'm saying? They already living underground. You see what I'm saying? Let me blow this up. Let me take this on out of here. Let me see if I could blow this up a little more. I don't know why I did that. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit more. Okay. So you see right there, this is down in that hole. You understand what I'm saying? They got their, they got their living room and shit, and got their, their refrigerator, got their lighting and shit down there. So they didn't already start moving underground as we speak. You know what I'm saying? They didn't already accomplish a lot of this. You see what I'm saying? So when we look at, a lot of these movies, we think that a lot of this shit is fabricated. It's not fabricated. You think they're gonna be happy with you niggas living on top of the ground and shit? You know what I'm saying? You gonna become a lot of, you gonna become their goddamn food source. They're gonna have hunters that's gonna come from up under the ground, nigga, that's gonna come out here, nigga, and feed on niggas. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna do that. And the longer they stay up under that goddamn ground, they're gonna mutate even further from what they is now. If they stay up under that ground, they're gonna motherfucking take. You understand what I'm saying? So, whoever you go up under that motherfucker in 100 years, you ain't no telling what they might look like. You ain't got no sunlight, and the more you stay out of it, you ain't got none now. You ain't got no melanin now. So if you mutate even further from where you already at, and you ain't got nothing, shit, you know what I'm saying? Listen here, you looking at a new world that's about to come into play. This not gonna be the same old world that you remember, or grandmama and great grandma. This is gonna be a whole new world, just like this coronavirus. and different shit is happening on the planet right now. It's a new world. And motherfuckers got to be ready to deal with this reality. You see what I'm saying? Let me come on down here. I don't want some of this shit I don't want people to see. You understand? See this right here? These is caverns up on it. They even got the motherfucking TV up there where motherfucker can watch the game and this, that, and the third. Now this is in Australia. It got so goddamn hot over there that the motherfucking continent damn near caught, the whole continent was on fire. You see what I'm saying? The whole continent was on goddamn fire. Killed many of the animals was over there and shit and a lot. And so this is gonna be a purging of the planet. You know what I'm saying? And they know in the vast, our ancestors knew in the vast scope of things that it's gonna be a pure cleansing of this planet. You know what I'm saying? And those who were designed to live on the planet gonna come back into power. That's just reality. You see this shit right here. They got, they got drapes up. They know ain't no window up there, but psychologically, they want to feel like they got some goddamn drapes up there. You can look back there and see the little kangaroo and let you know it's over there in Australia. They even put a little wood up on the wall to fuck with their psyche, make them feel like they got a window. You understand up there, make them feel like they got a wall, but they didn't went back to where they originate from. You understand? So as it was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. That's what they say. You know what I'm saying? So it's as if they're going back into the cave. And so, we probably, we think about the cave in the mountains, but it might not even been the mountains. It probably, they was underground. You understand what I'm saying? They was underground because it looked like they very comfortable, carving up under them goddamn rocks any goddamn way. No, I'm not being, I'm just saying what it is. So you see they got their beds and you know what I'm saying? They got, they running all type of wires down underground, you see? And so it ain't just there, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just in Australia. They got them here. You know what I'm saying? They got them here. They got them in Europe. You know what I'm saying? They got them in all the places where there's a population of European, they going up underground. You see what I'm saying? And they're going to do a lot of goddamn destruction before they go up under there. So you know what I'm saying? You got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with that before that time comes. You can't allow these people to destroy the surface of the planet while they go underground. You know what I'm saying? Got all type of resources underground. It ain't going to save their ass because they ain't going to never be able to come up back on top of the ground, because they ain't even got enough people. They're going to have to, and see, that's where they're going to go up under there and start fucking with all that scientific, because they're going to really need that fake science and that goddamn, all the, mutanoids and shit and this, that, and they have a lot of movies on that, where they get in them type of, them arenas where they underground and this, that, and they ain't going to make it to outer space. They would have loved to go to outer space, but they ain't got enough time. They science. So, a lot of people think, we always talk about the European being so advanced in science. He ain't as advanced as a lot of people want to think he is. Because if he can't change his reality of being melanin deficient, which is causing so many of his people, you know what I'm saying, to have, brutal ailments on the planet because of the sun, then it ain't nothing you can tell me about your rocket or nothing. That don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that gonna change your reality in the end. You know what I'm saying? So again, you see they got they little meeting rooms down there under the ground. They got having church underground. You see that? They got all this old ass furniture, though. I could tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why, motherfucker, you could put a better goddamn, a living room set down there than that. But this shit almost look like some apocalyptic shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit look like some goddamn Branch Dravidian shit. Some Waco, Texas kind of shit, or that motherfucker out there in California on some, apocalyptic shit. You know what I'm saying? But, imagine going up under that motherfucker and the lights go out on them motherfucker. That's some doomsday shit. So, tips to reduce your risk of skin cancer. Stay in the shade, especially during midday hours. Wear clothing that cover your arms and legs. Wear a hat with a wide brim to shade your face, head, ears, and neck. And see, you know, the things that they need now, they've always needed. You see, the hat with brim, or that was the, you know, the Muslim wear where they put their shit over their head and wrap it over their face and shit, and, you know, until you can't even see nothing. You can't even know, you could be a little bit of their eyes, you know what I'm saying? But that's it. You won't see nothing. Wear sunglasses that wrap around and block both UVA and UVB rays. You know what I'm saying? So them motherfuckers got to come around even on the side, like blue blockers and shit. Use sunscreen with protective factor SPF 15. This shit old. That ain't, you know, that shit old. Them motherfuckers need way more than some goddamn 15. Them motherfuckers need about 1,500. You understand what I'm saying? But they're gonna need way more than some. So you see this right here. This is the type of shit that they wear. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker look like a ninja or some goddamn body. You know, and I'm not saying that to be funny, but you know, that's basically what they in a few years, even right now, they got to wear they got to wear their goddamn clothing. They out here, you know, in denial. You know what I'm saying? Because many of them, even with the corona, instead of them motherfuckers, you know, they don't give a fuck because they already know that their time is drawing near. So they rather just come out here and live what little time they got. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to live it out here as long as they got. You know, they ain't trying to hide in no house and shit. This, that, and if they go, they go. But they rather, you know, get a little of this, you know, what the surface of the earth as much as they can before the days is all up. Again, look at this. You know, this is the future. Now, this is shit that they designed. You know, this ain't designed by BPC. You know what I'm saying? This ain't none of our hookups. You can't go on BPC and get this. So this is a reality, and you can see it covered the nose, the mouth and shit. You got the brim. Now, if you got to live and you got to wear this shit in the summer, you got to wear this shit in the summer. You see what I'm saying? So this is a brutal reality. And so right here, what you're dealing with the fall of man, and you know, and what our ancestors had always told them. See, and people don't, you got to have a master teacher that breaks down a lot of the mythologies of the European. And one of those mythologies was Icarus. And I brought this out. You know what I'm saying? Remember who brought out them teachings. You know, and the Jesus on the cross, which is the solar cross. It ain't just any cross. He wasn't that's a solar cross. You understand what I'm saying? So it's really the crucifixion and the death of the melanin deficient race. You understand? On the planet in the time of the second sun. You know, the second age, just like you got an ice age. If you're dealing with laws of opposites, if you got a ice age, then you got a sun age. With my hold on, family, let me plug my computer. If you got an ice age, you got a sun age. You can't have no ice age if you ain't got no sun age. You see what I'm saying? So just like it could come time on the planet where it could get extremely cold, then there can come times on the planet, you hear me, where it get extremely hot. So with the story of Icarus' father was a Greek, you know, a scientist during the age of the so-called ancient Greeks, you know, and, you know, his son, you know, had the desire to fly, you know, and so he created some wax wings for himself and his son. And they was flying through the air. And then, you know, the scientist, you know, his father, you know, said, you know, I'm tired, I'm gonna go down, you know, but Icarus still wanted to fly. And so his father told him, he said, you can stay up here, son, but just don't fly too high. Don't go so close to that sun. Because what? Because the wings were really made out of wax. That's what he made the wings out of. And so Icarus, wanting to fly higher and higher. See, this in reality, what is the metaphysical understanding of that? See, the Western world symbolically they rule and all their science and all of their technology. That's symbolic of the wax wings. You see what I'm saying? And that they believe in that they're gonna continue to rule on the planet, that they're gonna continue to have sway over the chosen and the divine in their mind. They're gonna continue to think they could go further and further with this fake technology. But there will come a time when the creator, the cosmos will make the purge, will make the correction. There will be an age of solar, majesty on the not only just the earth in this galaxy where the sun was shining bright, blaze hotter than it ever has, and in that time it's gonna cleanse, and so that's gonna be the downfall of the Western world. Not just in that, and all other melanin deficient people on the planet, non-African. And so when you look at Icarus and look at Adam and Eve, it's actually the same story, And I made an emphasis, in, as in my teachings very early, that I had not heard of nobody else, where I emphasized that when you look at Adam and Eve, goddamn it, they always got on caveman uniform. That's very significant. And every time when you realize that God is the Son, the S-U-N, when you see that you said that God put Adam and Eve out of Eden, you realize that these are cave people, and that the God, not the God, the anthropomorphic old ass man, it's the S-U-N that put their ass out and drove them right back where they came from, up out of them goddamn caves. You understand? That was the fall of man, and original sin was being born without melanin. You understand what I'm saying? That was original sin. And people, it's hard for people because you ain't got the proper teaching. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got the proper. So, we ain't even making preparation to come back into power. Our time is coming. You understand what I'm saying? But just because the cosmos is doing its thing, you still got to do your thing. You can't just up and expect that. You know what I'm saying? You got to prepare. You have to train. Your babies. Let me come up because there's something up in there that you just don't want to see. Matter of fact, let me come on up out of there. Shit, it's some things up in there that we just don't want to see. That's a powerful lecture. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the reality that these people is, they've already said that the time is drawing near. You know what I'm saying? And so, a lot of things what you're seeing right now is because of the rage from the cage, the curse that cannot be reversed. And so they're gonna do a lot of things to our people in the wake of their own reality. And we got to deal with these people. We can't just sit up here and play no political games with them, no spiritual games with them. We can't vote for one and despise the other, thinking one is better than the other. That's not a reality. Ain't no politics gonna get you up out. Ain't no spirit. Ain't no religion gonna get you up out of this. And whatever we doing, the thing that's not gonna get you up out of this. You understand? Accepting your divine responsibility, your divine responsibility that was given to you by the cosmos on the planet to rule in righteousness and rule with an iron boot. Nigga, if you have to, you understand? Because the reality is, if you do not do it, you're going to be in the predicament, and the worst is yet to come. Sit back and wait if that's what you choose to do. You better wake your ass up. You better go revisit the master teachers and listen to them again and again and get it quick. Don't take too goddamn long. This is a time, they done sat a lot of people down. Listen to some of them teachings. Get your ass up off of that TV watching all that garbage and put a lecture on, a couple lectures on. a day. That ain't much to ask, to get a wealth of wisdom that can, get the spirit and the mind some direction in this day and time. So family, I'm going on. I was gonna do another video, but I'm not. I'm gonna pause for the cause tonight, and I'll bring it up tomorrow. I'll push it back. Don't worry. I'll get on it early tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, and continue to drop these bombs because they heavy. They on their way out. But that just because they on their way out don't mean you ready to rule at all. You got to get ready. You got to train. How you gonna rule? Too many of our peoples out here still following the insaneness of the beast. So if the beast fall, they're gonna take his place and rule the same goddamn way. We got to rule in the way of eternal thought and righteous thought that our ancestors laid down many hundreds of thousands of years ago, and it's perfect. A lot of people say it's perfect in a way, and yes, we could always tweak some things. You know what I'm saying? But our ancestors put down some exactness that what they just did not realize that something as ignorant as what we see today in the Caucasoid could exist in this world. And that is what they wasn't prepared for. You understand? And when they did realize that it was on the planet, it was just too late. It was just too late. You understand? It takes time to deal with something so wicked. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't afforded that time. But we know now today. And so ain't no excuse. Many of us are confused because we've been taught. Many of these niggas out here call the white man daddy. You understand what I'm saying? Call the white woman mama. You understand what I'm saying? So they got a love in their heart for the beast. And so, they don't have no, they ain't gonna be on your side. So you got to deal with that. Okay. All right, family. Get strong out there. Let me get back on my. Yeah, it's hard. I'll open up the damn lecture and shit. You know what I'm saying? Almost, you know, you ain't got to run no other country. Make them run, and don't even let them run. Deal with it. We always thinking about we ain't got to run no motherfucking way. We've been running too goddamn long. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got. We got to quit thinking, that, we have to deal. We cannot run from this reality. I just want y'all to understand that. Sometimes you got to turn around and look the motherfucker in his eye and deal with it. Too many times they done bluffed us too long. We got too many numbers. I don't give a fuck how many guns you got. You ain't got enough. You ain't got enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality. When we look at the strengths of our people on the planet, we got the winning hand. You understand? The only thing that's denying us victory is our own mental, the way we look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's called courage. You know what I'm saying? We lack the courage at this time. We don't have belief in our, the proper hand that we hold it. When we talk, about the history of our people, a lot of people want to deny that so they could be a coward. Oh, that nigga ain't telling them niggas lying. Niggas, shut up. You just want to be a coward. You know what I'm saying? So today we got to stop running because you can't outrun, the wickedness that they putting on the planet, right? You cannot outrun that. You know what I'm saying? We can't outrun that. We have to deal with that reality. I want y'all to deal with it. All right, family, this is the General Sarah Suicedi. Black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. Y'all already know what it is. Get with me on Patreon. Get with me, KingSeti.com, GeneralSeti.com, and Patreon, General Sarah Suicedi. All right, family. Black at y'all ass again. Peace.